right now, this is the default screen you should see when you open RStudio for the first time. And what RStudio is, it's an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. And an IDE is nothing more than a tool that helps you code in the language R a lot easier. And so I'm going to walk you through the different components of RStudio in this tutorial. So on my screen right now, you'll see three panes. And starting on the left, you see the console. Console is where you run all your commands for R and where it is executed. For example, you see that I ran 2 plus 2 and it gave me an output 4, which is expected. I can also do 2 times 3, click enter, and it'll tell me the answer, which is 6. Going to the top right pane, we see environment, history, and connections. Mostly you'll stay on environment. If you want to see your history of commands, you can go to history. Yours is probably blank right now, but that's the commands I ran. Going back to environment, this is where RStudio stores all your different variables. So for example, if I go back to my console and I want to store the variable A as, let's say, 9. And I click enter, and that's an arrow sign for assignment. You're going to see A pop up in my environment, A, and the number we assigned to A, which is 9. And so that's what the environment is. Very helpful when you start executing and you lose track of the different variables that you have. Below that, you're going to see different tabs, files, plots, packages, help, viewer. All of these you're going to use at one point in time during these different tutorials. And so we're going to leave that for now and talk about it a little later. And something that you will not see on your default screen is a script. And so I'm going to open up that right now. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to File, New File, RScript. Again, that's File, New File, RScript. And once I do that, it's going to open New Script, Untitled 1, because I haven't given it a name yet. And so rarely do you write all your commands in the console and execute it from there. What you'll usually do is write your commands from the script and execute it from there. So I can do my 2 plus 3 again, and then I could click run right here, and it's going to give me 5. Again, the console is where all your commands are executed. So even though I ran it up here, this is kind of my work environment where I write everything, but then it'll still run in the console. So you'll see 5 executed right here. If I want to do 2 plus 3, as well as 8 to the third, I could run both. I could run that as well. And so you'll see that I didn't run it again. If I wanted to run both 2 plus 3 and 8 to the third, I can highlight everything and click run. And it'll execute both commands, 2 plus 3 and 8 to the third. And so that's going to conclude our tutorial for RStudio. The next tutorial, we're going to go more into the basic commands and how we would use it to help speed up the different processes that we do, specifically within accounting.